noise. Show all the love for Mr. Simu Liu.
Did you guys see from the sides? Oh, you're watching me on the screen. Okay. Hey, I see you back there.
We built this room just to hold your fan base. That's literally whole building. We were like, nah, we're gonna need it for him tonight.
Wow. I'm home.
Yeah! That's right. I love it. It is so good to see you. Thank you for joining us this morning. We thoroughly appreciate it. Let's jump into some questions.
Yeah, I would love to. First, I would like to look at your friendship bracelets.
So I've gone to a number of Comic-Cons throughout the year, and this is a representation of all the shows I've been to.
Wow.
Yes. I live on the road. Like what's the point of having a house?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sir, you are the model of an action star. Like literally the physique, the frame, all the things that you do. So I gotta know, because obviously there's some stunt work that's happened in the midst of all of this. What has been your most accomplished stunt in your career?
The most accomplished stunt
Yes.
in my career. Okay. Well, it's probably the most accomplished and the most difficult. Maybe you can answer.
Which one do you want to do?
Most accomplished. Okay. Well, it's probably gonna be Shang Chi.
Okay. We like that. Yes.
Like the scene, and it's probably the bus fight, right? But there's a sequence where I'm on top of the bus and I kind of baseball slide across the top and I swing over the side and one of the mirrors and then I kind of swing right into the door, which does not open for me. That was actually all me and it was all practical. So we had got these 2 San Francisco city buses, gutted them, shipped them to Sydney, Australia where we were shooting, put them in a sound stage on some bags and gimbals so they would move, and then put me on a safety line and they're like, you just go do it.
Wow.
So that's the most accomplished, and the hardest, I would say, is probably up there for the hardest, but the hardest stunts are always the ones that you never think are gonna be the hardest, They're the ones that you look at and you're like, oh yeah, no, that's totally fine, and then before you know it, it's like,
I almost died.
12 takes in, and you're like, I cannot do this. So it's, I don't know.
No, that's amazing. First of all, make some more noise for that bus. That's incredible.
I get pretty competitive. I'm on set, and it's like you see some, you see stunt doubles that are there, and they're amazing and so talented. And I had many on the movie, but they're all dressed like me. And I am kind of I'm looking at them and I'm like, I can do that. And of course I can't, right? That's pure delusion. But I think there's a part of me that's always I want to try.
Fair.
Because I'd never be able to forgive myself if I didn't,
That's that energy, right? You gotta attempt it before you say, okay, no, it's not for me.
Yeah. And that has happened, by the way. You'll try it once and be like, all right, cool.
Which one did you tap out on?
Which one did I tap out of? Most of the ones where I'm being destroyed.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's one where the Mandarin played by legendary Tony Leung. He sends me back with the rings, and I kind of fly back 50 feet, and I land on grass and kind of rolling. I mean, that was a stunt, man. And he almost got concussed.
Oh my God.
I was I felt so bad, but I was also really glad it happened.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, author, actor, filmmaker, with creativity being your way of life, what's your favorite means of expression?
Karaoke.
Isn't it all of ours?
I mean, it's just that feeling of singing with reckless abandon. And I love singing, and I love kind of playing guitar and just jamming out at home with my friends. So yeah, it's just something that just totally separate from all the stunts and the movies and everything that I just love to do.
All right, I got to get a little personal here. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke song. I think I have a lot. If I'm duetting, we'll probably do like A Whole New World. Is that too basic? No! If I'm feeling myself, it'll be like Eminem. I could do his whole verse in the Forever, the Forever point. He's like, there they go, back in stadiums, a shady spits is slow. There they go, we can make them look like bozos. You should do that and let that spin.
You got it. You got bars, baby. Bars.
It's because there was a swear word coming up.
There was.
I was myself up there.
Listen, that was that Disney sniper action. Like, don't say that word. Don't say that word. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. No chance.
There's children here.
Exactly. We're gonna have to make sure that we get you to a karaoke spot sometime this weekend. Like, I will bend over backwards. I'll find a way. We'll get you there. I got you.
It's probably somewhere in Koreatown, right?
Done.
Like bar karaoke.
Done.
Yeah.
We'll shut it down. We'll lock it in.
I got spots.
Kim's Convenience is a triumph, not just a comedy culture. As an Asian Canadian, what does it mean to you in terms of representation to be a part of such a significant show?
You know what? And I know that I'm kind of where. I mean, we're in the city of Canadians, which is incredible. And it's so good to be home. You will not believe how many people watch and love this show all over the world.
Raise your hand if you're in the room.
And it's incredible whether no matter what country I go to, it's always Canadians in those countries, Canadians that are traveling, Canadians that live there, friends of Canadians, but I've been privileged to be a part of some pretty huge movies in my life. Kim's Convenience, I swear to God, is still the #1 thing that I'm recognized for. And it speaks to the power of Canadian storytelling.
Absolutely.
And it speaks to this little show that truly started out on the CBC as this tiny little show about an Asian Canadian family that somehow got picked up by Netflix and thrust out in front of a global audience, and it's become kind of just a really a beautiful way for families to connect and learn about each other and learn about different cultures, and for children and parents to watch together. So I mean, it forever will be the show that gave me everything.
Come on now. Yeah.
And continues to touch families. So I mean, I'm so grateful to have been a part of it.
That's awesome.
And I don't know, I feel like the older I get, all of these shows that I grew up loving, they all have reunions, or they've got sequels and remakes, and they bring the old cast back, I'm watching the Sex and the City one, and just like that.
Yep.
Don't laugh, guys.
No.
It's a great show.
That was the show. That was
the show.
Listen.
I always really thought I was a Miranda. No. We're all a mix of all of them.
No, I can see the Miranda energy.
It's the sarcasm.
I wasn't going to say that, but I can see it. It's sharp wit.
I appreciate that.
There we go.
And I appreciate you.
That's sarcasm, right?
I feel seen. Yeah.
Shang Chi was created in an era of exploitation. What went into defining what was necessary to bring the character and story to life and outgrow the tropes that he was birthed from? Existential questions. Yeah, that's right.
You started by asking me what my favorite stuff was.
Yeah. We're besties.
We're a few. Oh, I see. No, we're a few layers deep. So Shang-Chi. Yeah, best karaoke song. How do you feel about the layers of Shang-Chi?
That's right.
So Shang-Chi, the comic book character, was created in the 60s and 70s. There's a kung fu kind of craze that was gripping America and North America. And David Carradine, of course, was on a show called Kung Fu, where he played, great show. He did play an Asian character.
He did.
And it was in that environment that the character of Shang-Chi was birthed. And so, you know, Shang-Chi was created by non-Asian people, and so I think he was an Asian character, but it told through the lens of someone who was not Asian. So, you know, I think there were elements of his backstory and the way that he spoke and his mannerisms that didn't quite feel maybe authentic. And so when it came to this movie, you know, our fantastic director, Justin Daniel Cretton, and we did it for him. And, you know, Kevin Feige and Jonathan Schwartz, our producer, all pretty great, amazing people. They all kind of got together and had this idea of bringing Shang-Chi into the modern age and really infusing him with layers and dimensionality and authenticity that would, you know, any kind of Asian person growing up in this environment in this day and age would have.
Of course.
And so that's where the current character kind of came from, a kind of evolution of sorts from, you know, who he was in the 60s and 70s. It's kind of what you would expect, you know, spoken kind of broken English and Chinese proverbs, and, you know, was very much like a kung fu caricature in a way. And instead he's, and I don't know, in a lot of ways maybe made him less badass by making him a valet worker in San Francisco, but at the same time I think made him a lot more relatable to a lot of people, because, you know, whether we grew up feeling like Sean or feeling like Katie with our families and the intergenerational trauma and, you know, crazy grandmother, there were elements of that we hoped would resonate across, you know, a wider audience, and would also, you know, pay respect to the culture and the heritage that Shang-Chi represented. So
absolutely. No, it's such a wonderful portrayal, especially if you can contrast it with Kim's Convenience and Shang-Chi. It's elevating what Asian actors and storytelling can be. And I think that's the thing that the world needs to not only see and hear, but embrace. And you've done a phenomenal job with setting that bar. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. This keeps me out all the way.
You're not gonna go like even deep.
I mean,
today, was that the hardest question that you
it depends. Okay, so
all right.
You got to
show what you got
with Michelle Yeoh, one of the greatest legendary. First of all, what was that experience like? And then follow up, are there any other martial artists that you would love to share the screen with?
God, yeah, all of them.
Totally fair.
Michelle is the embodiment of grace.
Yes.
Of course, she, her background is in dance. So when she shot Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon with Ang Lee, she kind of, there was a gracefulness in the way that she approached her fight scenes that even I think surprised Ang and surprised everybody on set. So that is all very much her. And when we share our scenes together, and I had the opportunity to fight. Dance fight. Yeah, it was more of a dance fight. First of all, I was really nervous, and second of all, I felt just like really, because she's so like petite and graceful,
right?
And I just felt like a big clumsy chunk of meat, like just kind of flopping around, because she was like kind of, and it worked for the scene, right? Because the character, you know, she's trying to kind of teach me to kind of find harmony with my body, and it's very Tai Chi oriented, so it's very flowy, so she's kind of guiding me through, and I'm kind of like, I'm like stumbling. Didn't have to do a lot to get into character. And she's great, just the absolute best kind of person to hang out with. She plays all these, you know, really intimidating characters on screen, and she is a very strong person, strong and assertive, and just like, so sure of herself, but she's also just like such a goofball. And I wish that people knew, like, were able to see that side of her, because I'm sure, you know, with everyone in this position, we kind of sometimes tend to be guarded, of course, but deep, like, if you pry open her layers, she's such a little goofball. She loves jokes, loves kids.
That's awesome.
And it's just like, she's like Auntie Michelle. You know?
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, everybody up there.
Yeah. yeah, I've had the opportunity to fight some pretty amazing people like Tony Leung and recently John Cena. John Cena. Pretty difficult fighting someone you can't see.
him. How did you
I don't know.
Is that an awareness? Is that just like
I thought I looked just ridiculous. I was just like, oh, that's just something. You just punched me in the arm. Like, John,
how do you block that? How do you block that?
Where'd he go? Tough.
I love it. I love it.
Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan.
Yes.
They're great. I love you. Chuck Norris.
Do it. That's the movie I need. Right?
Jason Statham.
The Transporter. That was my jam. When he kicked that door, man, they had me. They had me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could take him. I'm kidding. Don't tell me that.
It's funny if he's backstage. Okay, we're gonna play a game soon, but I have one last question. Before you joined the MCU, did you have a favorite character or movie from the MCU that you just love to watch?
Yeah, I think the one that comes to mind is probably Thor Ragnarok. I thought Taika did such an amazing job of kind of taking that character and, Thor: The Dark World was not my favorite Marvel movie, but to take that character from that sequel and then kind of reinvent him and infuse him with this kind of self-aware, self-deprecating humor, surround him with like such fun characters. It was just such a fun. I thought it was kind of Marvel at its peak.
Yes. Redefining what this character could be after the
and like A+ soundtrack.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yes.
So kind of Guardians of the Galaxy, I would put in that echelon of like amazing storytelling, and then the best visuals and the best music.
Love it. Yeah. Okay, all right. It's time for a game. Y'all ready to play? For this game, see some characters up the screen. You're not to look. You're supposed to just look up there. Yeah, just look up there at the audience. You may ask what we'll call yes or no kind of questions.
Okay.
And you guys are to help. Don't give the answer. We already talked about this. To help guide you to a place where you might be able to figure out who the character is.
Oh, so it's like heads up, like that part
Yes!
where you got you got the phone on your head. Do I get any parameters? So these are characters?
They're characters.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you.
They're clear.
Yes, they're characters.
Okay.
Okay?
It's very helpful.
Right? No? Alright, so...
Like fiction. Okay, maybe this is too many hints, but fictional characters.
I mean...
You can say...
When you say fictional, you mean like they don't exist in the real world? Or...
That is the definition.
Some of these, because how you say exist is questionable. So... Yeah. No worries.
I'm just gonna pretend that conversation didn't happen. Fictional characters. Okay.
It's good.
Alright.
Alright, so...
Alright.
We can put the first one up.
Okay.
So what question do you think you should ask?
Based on that, have I played this character? Oh! Well, then it's gotta. Is it Shang Chi? No. Is it Ken?
See? Questions that you can't listen. I'm trying to be screwed. I'm just saying. I mean, you're right here. You're a kid. I mean, I'm not saying. Okay. Next character.
Did you guys see the Oscars, by the way?
Come on!
That was pretty fun. That's awesome. I got to share the stage with fellow Canadian, of course, Ryan Gosling. That was probably, of all the incredible places that I've been privileged to go and see, that was the most insane thing I've ever done, is participate in a Barbie-themed dance number with Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Nolan and Cillian Murphy watching from the front row. I don't think...
No, that's success. That's better than good. Let's move on.
How did anthropologists explain that 500 years ago? That's what I don't know. But, yeah, okay.
This is awesome. Thanks for
3 questions.
Okay.
Nailed it.
You got it. See?
Okay.
Are we ready for the next one? Okay.
Okay.
Got it up there.
It's up there?
It's up there.
No reaction. Okay, so I have not played this character. Is this character a woman? No. It's a man. Man. Is this character a superhero? No. Not a superhero.
No.
Okay. Not a superhero. Is this character a villain? Yes. Oh, hard yes. Is this character in the Marvel universe? No. DC universe? No. Wrong world, but villain. Villain means it's so genre. Genre. Sci-fi. Oh! Sci-fi. Okay. Oh, the man's waving a lightsaber around. Star Wars villain. It's either Kylo Ren or it's Darth Vader. That took me like way longer. That was way less impressive. I'm sorry, guys.
Who's waving a lightsaber? Who's doing that? Good job.
Appreciate you. Thank you. But I think you can agree I was there.
You were there. You
I
were
was there.
there.
I was.
Listen, I heard all the geeks in here when you were like Marvel, they're like, whoa.
Right, because they, a brief comics run. Yeah, no, I understand. We're speaking. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
That was solid. All
right.
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
This one's gonna be the hardest one.
No laughter.
The hardest one.
I'm just gonna go for one.
Go for it.
Is it Shang Chi? Got it. They're giving it away. It's nice to me.
He got it. All right, the last one.
Okay. See, that's interesting because I've already exhausted all of the characters that I've played in this world. So it doesn't have to do with me. Is this character a man? He's a man. Is he a superhero? Oh! Marvel? DC? Alright. I want to guess, but I've got, it's 50-50. It's 50-50, it's between two people. Right? Yeah, is it Batman? I felt like you wouldn't put Superman.
I mean, he's in production right now. He was busy. We didn't bring him up. No.
Can I tell you a story about Henry Cavill?
Please.
So I've met Henry once in my life, and it was at the Super Bowl this year. We were in, because Superman's from Kansas.
Of course.
And so we were in Allegiant Stadium. Well, we were there, and then we, for some reason, after I had reservations at this restaurant, Carbone, and I show up with my friends, and I look over the booth, and I'm like, I think that's Superman. And he's like really keeping to himself, like nobody's noticing him, which is crazy. And I just keep looking at him. I'm like, no, he doesn't know who I am. I'm gonna go say hi. I'm not gonna bother him. And then I was like, you know what? But what are we doing? We're in Vegas. Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. He's in a good mood, So I got up and I kind of went over and I was like, I don't know if you know who I am, but I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of you. And he it's like one of those things, he wraps me up in a bear hug. He's like, dude, of course I know who you are. And, you're the best. And maybe I'm embellishing at this point. He said a lot of nice things.
Yes, I was there.
And then, came over and introduced himself to the whole table, so all my friends, which is, when you're the friend of a celebrity, like sometimes, people just pretend like you don't exist, and he's very, very gracious, shook everyone's hand,
right.
And then kind of, finished his drinks, left, and like about an hour and a half later, after we had finished our meal, I went to ask for the check, and the waiter was like, "Mr. Kalo's taking care of your bill." That was my very clear entertainment experience. Kind of wish I had ordered more. I guess that's why he didn't tell me he was doing it.
That's right. He was his X-ray vision was like, "What's on the plate?"
Yeah,
I got that.
Right. He's like, no more lobsters.
Yeah.